Is St. John, New Brunswick one of the last affordable real estate markets in all of Canada? Or are we gearing up for a crash? Well, stay tuned because the data might surprise you as we go over this month's market update. I hope you're doing super well. If this is your first time here, my name is Brandon Vincent. I'm a real estate agent in St. John, New Brunswick with eXp Realty. I've been actively selling real estate for over 6 years with over 25 million in real estate sold and over 120 deals during that time. And my goal on this channel is to bring you relevant real estate information in an entertaining way. If you like the sound of that, hit the like, subscribe button. But without further ado, let's dive into this month's market update. But before we get going, I want you to know two things. One is that I'm going to leave a link to a new tool that I'm offering to you for the first time ever here on this video on YouTube, to my YouTube audience. And that's a free home market evaluation tool that uses the latest AI software and uses the latest data to give a very rough estimate price of a home's valuation, okay? So just keep in mind, this is a very close rough estimate, and I'm the only agent right now in New Brunswick that has this tool to offer. So check out my link below. And as well as the data that we're about to go over is all data from December in New Brunswick, okay? So keep that in mind. So starting off, I want to put this all into perspective by looking at the Canada data first. The Canadian average home price is just over $694,000, which is a 7.4 increase year over year, showing steady growth despite rising interest rates. Now, the thing that we have to keep in mind is there are certain cities that do push this average way up, like Toronto and Vancouver and Ottawa. Certain places that are much more expensive really do push that average up, but then, you know, spots like St. John help to pull the average down. So it really just paints a very broad picture across the entire real estate landscape. So a big reason that Canada has been seeing these increases year over year for the average home price is because of the lack of supply and the lack of homes being built. We have more people coming into Canada than we do homes being built, which is causing a major squeeze on the economy and on the housing market. So we've been seeing massive population growth, but the housing completions have not been keeping up. So Canada has yet to build more homes in 1 year than it did in the 70s. In 1974, there were 257,243 housing units completed, and that peak has never been passed since that time. And this goes back, in my opinion, to a big, huge government oversight of bringing so many people into the country, but not actually having any incentives to help house or create more inventory for the market. Get this. Throughout most of the past 5 decades, Canada's population grew by 1 to 3 people for every housing unit completed the previous year. However, in 2022, this ratio escalated to 4.7 people per housing unit, which is the highest at any time during this period. And I believe that's just gotten worse. And I do think that's very important to know because it's going to help you to understand what's been driving a lot of these increases in the housing market. And one of the only ways that we're going to see this get fixed is if new inventory gets created, and a lot of it. Now, let's dive in even deeper and take a quick look at New Brunswick and what's going on in the New Brunswick market so that we can fully understand what's currently going on in the St. John real estate market. New Brunswick's average home price is floating right around $319,000. Had to make a quick correction here. Back to the video. Which is significantly below the national average. So what does that mean? It means that buyers get a lot more for their money here in New Brunswick than they do in a lot of other places in Canada. And that's been a huge driving factor in a lot of investors and first-time home buyers or retirees moving to New Brunswick to get the full lifestyle and to get more home for their money, to live that lifestyle that we have here in New Brunswick. So something I want you to keep in mind is the fact that the average house price really does fluctuate between winter and summer, normally hitting its peaks in the summer where we're seeing more market activity as more intentional buying happens throughout the spring and summer as opposed to in the winter, buying and selling. And also something to keep in mind is the fact that we do normally see a dip coming into the winter months. So just keep that up here. And just like the entire Canadian real estate market, New Brunswick is also having supply issues. We have about 4.1 months of inventory on the market. That means within 4.1 months, if no new homes were listed, pretty well all the inventory currently on the market would be gone, which is significantly lower than what we're used to. Prior to 2020, we were seeing months of inventory around 8 to 15 months at times. So that tight 4.1 months of inventory is what's been causing a lot of the bidding wars, a lot of the competition on properties, and that's been causing a lot of what's actually driving our New Brunswick house prices up, is the fact that our inventory is extremely low. There's not enough homes being built. A lot of people are moving here because we're one of the most affordable provinces. And there's a lot of people looking to buy the products that people are selling. And there's not enough people selling the products for the amount of people that are interested in buying it. So then now everybody's competing on the same properties, driving that house price up. And that's been what's going on here for the last 2 to 3 years. Is it starting to level out? Just slightly. It's starting to level out slightly, but it's starting to level out slightly from a crazy hot seller's market here where it's just kind of getting to a crazy seller's market as opposed to crazy hot, right? Like it's still there. It's still up there. And it's a lot of the out of town buyers and out of province buyers coming here into St. John and into New Brunswick that are driving the house prices up, because they're not just coming here to buy homes. They're buying lifestyles here. They're getting the most for their money and getting some of the best lifestyles that I believe you can have. I've lived in Calgary. I lived in multiple different provinces, from Nova Scotia to PEI for a while. PEI is beautiful, but one of my favorite spots, it's here in New Brunswick because we have a little bit of everything. So just think of New Brunswick as Canada's best kept secret, except the word is getting out and everybody wants a piece of it. Now, let's take a look at the local St. John real estate market, which has been holding strong. So St. John's average home price is not only below the national average, but it is below cities in New Brunswick like Moncton and Fredericton, where the average house price here in St. John is just over $360,000. And this is just one of the reasons that makes St. John such an enticing city for investors and buyers that are looking for value. So with so many people moving here, I've been seeing firsthand some of the economic growth that St. John is experiencing because of this. We're seeing new cranes come into the port, which are able to then offload more shipping containers, bringing more money into the city. Also, we see the boardwalk uptown getting a full makeover, where what was once kind of like a bleak setting is now beautiful new stone as you're sitting outside the boardwalk, and they have it all set up down by the water with the container village for the cruise ships that come in. They have concerts down there.
It's much better. Avi, give him some music. Yeah, you ready? Jump fire. Get him up, St. John. 3, 2, 1.
And there's new bars opening up all over the city. And it's actually pretty exciting to see St. John actually go through some positive growth. Not that it doesn't have its growing pains, like every other city. There is some homeless issues. There's different encampments. There is stuff like that going on. So I want to make this little pitch here right now. I know some people love moving here and some people have hated it. All I'm asking is that you take the opportunity, and if you're curious, reach out to me, and I'd be happy to figure out if moving to St. John is the right opportunity for you. Or if you're currently living here and you're looking at possibly selling or moving somewhere else or buying your first property, I'd be happy to help out. So let me know. My contact information is below, but let's keep on plugging away. St. John has seen a major inventory crunch, with only 357 active listings coming on throughout the month of December 2024, which is actually a 20% decrease from the year prior. So back when I got my real estate license in 2019, the average home price in St. John was $191,000. We've nearly seen a doubling in the home prices since then. It's definitely doubled in the last 10 years, but over the last 6 years, we've almost seen a full doubling in that price increases on the average house price. And what that's doing is it's stirred up a lot of people locally here saying that this isn't sustainable. The market can't hold this way. But I think what we've really seen over the last few years is a huge market correction. And I think we've also seen the fact that a lot of people are now moving here, where before, back 6, 7 years ago, a lot of people were moving away to try to find work from St. John. There wasn't as many opportunities, wasn't as many people moving here. Now, with the remote work, more people can move here and keep their jobs in Ontario, Vancouver, or whatever is going on, BC, and have their jobs there, and they can work remotely. So there's a lot more opportunities. The dynamics are shifting, and a lot more people are looking at New Brunswick and St. John in particular, because we're a port city by the water, a lot of lakefront properties, oceanfront properties. There's a lot of beauty and an amazing lifestyle to be had here, way less traffic. So we got a lot of positive benefits that have really been bringing a lot of people here and really putting us on the map over the last few years. And that's all contributing to the growth that we're seeing here in this city and in this province. So what does all this mean? Well, it's great news for sellers because the extremely low inventory and the high demand means that if you are currently a homeowner and you're looking to sell, then chances are you are probably sitting on equity. If you haven't remortgaged or anything along those lines, I'm just talking in generalities here, but chances are you're sitting on more or less a gold mine because the house prices have increased so much here in St. John. And as long as you have a product that is desirable in a desirable location that you've taken care of, updated, and maintained, then chances are you're going to see a very healthy return on your investment. Now, for buyers, what does this mean? Well, it means that you need to be strategic with your timing, with properties you're looking at. You need to have all your ducks in a row. And what I mean by that is going to lenders, having all your pre-approvals done, being ready for when the right property comes up, and working with the right real estate agent that is going to give you the proper strategies and instructions on kind of how to navigate this very competitive market. And there's certain clauses that you can use in your purchase and sale agreements to help protect you so that you're not overpaying, but you're outbidding the rest of the competition. All of these are things that you learn with experience. And if you have any questions or would like to know more about that, or would even like to book a call, I'm going to leave links below to my Calendly. As well, make sure that you check out my free home valuation tool. I'm going to leave links to that and links to where I get all this data. So thank you guys very, very, very much. Thank you for all the support on the channel. I am so thankful, and I'm going to do my best to keep these videos entertaining, keep them informative, and keep them coming, okay? So I hope everybody has a great day, and thank you very much.